Those that have been taking our class or our Bible study on Mondays and Thursday, if y'all follow instructions, y'all gonna know some stuff. Did y'all go over y'all Hebrew alphabets? Did y'all practice them and things like that? Y'all did? Okay, we'll pull them out then. We'll go over that so that y'all can make sure that y'all know how to check the lights. Yeah, I mean, I ain't passing out a paperwork just for y'all to hold up paperwork now. This is to help y'all. This is to help. So when I pass out stuff, yeah, so that's like, like y'all did good last week, learning the I, you know what I'm saying, the so on, the I, the A, the E. But let's go over this here because our study still is going to be Psalms 119, and we're going to gradually go through each words and each of the Psalms 119. We'll pick out certain words, but we're learning the basics because I told you that the goal what you got to do to learn any language is to learn the alphabet. Am I right? So that's the first thing you have to do. Let's pray. Father, we bless you and just thank you once again for allowing us to walk through these doors. We ask that you'll lead us and guide us as we indulge ourselves into the words of Torah. As we begin to learn the ancient language, we ask that you will help us because we know that we're English-speaking people, but we understand in reality that was not our original language. And so we ask that you will help us to strive to learn our original language, that is the Hebrew, the Paleo-Hebrew. We ask that you assist us tonight in the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. I mean, all right. So now, as I was saying, is that when I give out, homework, I mean, I expect y'all guys to go over certain things, but I can help y'all out. Go over these here for a minute and then help y'all pronounce them. There are different ways to depend on to pronounce them, and there's even different ways to write them. So as I'm writing them on the board, don't get so caught up because it doesn't look just like this on the paper. This is block form. This is done by a machine. Okay. So let's get if you have your paperwork, guys. Let's just look at these for a moment, and then we'll go back over the vowels. Then we'll look at certain of the ancient Hebrew. We'll look at the Paleo Hebrew. We'll look at modern Hebrew. So if you see, I'm going to use, as you can see on the left side of your paper, you can see the script. The Paleo Hebrew is the one that looked like a picture, pictures from the olive, the ox, and so on and so on. And if you go all the way over to the where it say sound, then say the modern names. This how they are pronounced today in the modern Hebrew, as they call it. And so we're going to go with both of these here, whether it be the picture graph or the name or the modern Hebrew. So when you look at the name, as you see here, if you go all the way back to the left and it say name, then we have the modern name. So get familiar with the different spelling, okay? Mean the same thing, but it's different spelling. So just get familiar with that. So let's just deal with the modern names. Why? Because that's what we're dealing with today. But be familiar with how it's spelled in the ancient Hebrew alphabets, okay? Number one, it'll be Aleph, Bet, Gimba, Dalet, Hey, Bob. Now, on the Bob, it can pronounce in the Paleo Hebrew, it can be pronounced Wah. See how it is? Wah. If you go down to the ancient, see how it pronounced Wah or Bob. So in the modern Hebrew, it's pronounced Bob. Zion, Het, Tet, Yod, or it can be pronounced Yod or Yod. Okay? Kaf, Lamed, Mim, Nun, Samit. Now the reason that they have Samit and Sin, because if you see that dot on the top of it? If it's on the right side, it's Shin. If it's on the left side, it's Sin. So how to remember that? Just remember, she is always right. Meaning the woman. So just think about that. She's always right. So when it's on the right side, just think about Shin. she's always right, okay? And when it's on the left side, us, man, sin. That's how you see that. So when you begin to see it, and so when I put a dot under a shin, let's say if I did this here, because that's kind of tricky. And just give me a few minutes, then we'll get into our lesson. So let's say that we did the shin, right? And so we know if it's on this side, it's pronounced shin. So if I put the I sound, it'll be what?
Sin.
No.
Shin.
Shin is pronounced shin, right? Shin. It's the letter, but I put the I sound. So sha. So that's about sha. Okay? Then if I put it on this side, which is it makes the sin sound, it'll be sa. Sa. You see the difference? So if I put it on this side, so it's very important you're knowing that. So if it's on this side, which is the shin, and I put the I sound, it'll be sha. If I put it on this side, which is sin, it'll be sa. You see that? So that's just, you have to know that. But that's just something you'll learn about later. Okay? So now, we got shin, sin, okay? Well, man. After that is aim, pay, sadi, kuf, resh, shin, ta. Now, on YouTube, guys, Charles, since you be on YouTube all the time, you go to YouTube, there's a song on there, it's called the Alphabet Sound. And I'm gonna tell you how, because there's a few on now, but the best one to get is the one that sounds like this here. It'll say, I love bet, give 'em a dolly, hey, give 'em a dolly, hey. And it'll show you the letters, and you can sing the song. And pay attention as you sing it and looking at the letters that they give it. But it's a very catchy song, and you never forget it, and you learn it. That's how you learn it. Hebrew alphabet. So guys, on YouTube, for those who are interested, if you go to YouTube, it's a song. It's called the Alphabet Song. And maybe Thursday, if y'all say the same, we'll play it here and we'll sing it together. Okay. So, but it's called Alphabet, Alphabet, give 'em a dolly, hey, give 'em a dolly, hey. So it goes all the way through then it starts getting faster and faster, but that's how you learn. Okay. Let's go over our vowels again. Grab my stick right quick. Y'all remember them? Okay. Very important of the vowels. Okay. Very important. So this vowel made what sound? Say it again. Ah. It made the I sound. A. Remember A. A, E, O, U, and So just remember that. It's kind of tricky, but it's the I sound. So any one of these lines, a line, a T, a line with the two dots, a T, it's still all the same. It makes the I sound. So remember, I told you that these alphabets are 23 consonants. Okay, I showed you, we learned last week that in English, an L is just an L, right? It doesn't make any sound. So an L is just an L until you put a vowel to it. Am I right? So once you put a vowel to it, if it's an E, I, whatever it may be, then that tells you how to pronounce it. So it's very important to understand that. So memorize these vowels. This is the basic right here. These are the vowels. These are like the A, E, I, O, U in English. Okay, so and if you learn the alphabet song, alphabet, give 'em a dolly, hey, vs9, you'll be able to read a little basic Hebrew. I'm telling you, basic Hebrew, you'll be able to read. Now, watch this. I'm gonna show you how y'all can, right? Because if you memorize the vowels, and don't worry about as it gets bigger and bigger, but if you learn how to read the vowels and you know the sound of the ah sound. Let's say we got the ah, a, e, o, u, I mean, just work over those. You know what I'm saying? Get you a 5x5 card and write these down on there. While you sit at the red light, man, I don't waste no time. As my wife, just like women ain't going nowhere without their purse, I ain't going nowhere without something to read. Right. I'm not sitting at a red light just sitting there waiting on traffic. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm always doing something, man. So I have something with me. Okay, so let's say that we got the let's do the word. Man, I'm so good in the Paleo Hebrew. I can memorize all those out, and I got away from the Zion. I mean, those there. And so when you asked me last week about the Zion, my mind could not put a picture on it. But in the ancient Hebrew, I went straight to it in my mind, but I could not remember that one. But so you said ancient Hebrew, I mean that's the Zion. It's like a weapon. So I mean I know these hymns like the back of my hand, but then the modern ones I'm like, it's okay. But I gotta learn them because this is what the books are written in. So if I go down to any Bible bookstore and buy a Hebrew, a modern Hebrew, which is not really a modern Hebrew, is the I can't say the word. The Aramaic language is what we picked up in like 536 when we came out of Babylon. So it's a mixture, okay? It went from the pictograph to the block form. It's called the block form. So what happened, it loses its picture. Well, in English, we say a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Mm-hmm. So this is really not Hebrew, but I gotta learn it because that's what the books are written in. It's like a sister, brother, sister. They're twins, but they're not identical twins.
Right.
You see what I'm talking about? So that's what it is. It's the same, but it's not quite the same. So now, watch this here. So again, the vowels again is I, the I sound, the A sound, in it with two dots or break. The E sound, it has to have both the dot and this here, right? But with the O sound, with the O, it can just either be this one or that one. It don't need both of them, okay? But to make the E sound, I need both. This is the Yod. So if you look at the modern Hebrew vowel to show you, you see number 10, which is the Yod, the one that's like a hand, it's spelled Y-A-D, Yod. See that? Yod, all the way down. You see that little dot? It's like hanging in the air. Splendid. Do you see it? And what y'all can do, count them. Put you some numbers on the side of them, 1 through whatever, I think it's 22 on there, 23. Count them so that when I can say, hey, go to number 9 or go to number 10. Because I want y'all to get familiar with looking at the pictures, okay? So now, guys, for those who are watching, I want to just keep in mind, write this down. I pray that you can see it, okay? Matter of fact, where's my phone? Just get my wife text on something.
I have a question.
Okay, ask a question. Yes, definitely.
So when you're like, suppose like my name, if I wanted to write it, so you put the consonant and then the vowel, like the dot would go under it?
Right, it will tell me how to pronounce your name, okay?
Not to the side, under it.
Right, it depends on, like I said, that different places, sometimes the vowel is on the top, sometimes it's on the bottom or the side. So this is the basic vowel that you will see here, the basic vowel that you will see laying up there, or it would it would determine what the word is. I'll pull out some here and show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna find something easy. Let's do this one here. So let's do this one here. Let's do a dolly, okay? This will be the 4th letter, okay? The dolly, and I'm gonna put a tav. This will be the last letter, a dalet and a tav. So the dalet is the 4th letter, right? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, the dalet. So I'm doing it in the modern Hebrew. This here is the tav. Now I'm gonna do it in ancient Hebrew so that you can see how it look. Okay. So I'm gonna write my dolly like this here, dalet. Now, but they got theirs written like this here. So it's still the same, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's like we don't all write the same, though we write English, don't we? Right. So now this is the dolly, and then I'm gonna do the tav, which is the T, which is the last one. So dolly, okay, a dolly and a T. So I got the 4th letter, and that's why I say count your letters on now so that you can look at it then when I'm saying the number. So now watch this here. I'm gonna write the vowel on now, okay? I'm going to write the vowel. What I want to use? Let's do this here, okay? I'm gonna put this dot, and then I'm gonna put the comment, okay? Now, the only reason that this dot, don't worry about the dot, I'll explain that later. So this is a dolly, which is a dolly. Now, the dolly is the alphabet, but I gotta need a vowel how to pronounce it. So it's a dolly, I make a dolly and a tav. Okay, a dot in the top is the alpha, is the consonant. So this word will be what? With the ah sound. Y'all's close. Huh? Notice dot, because you got the T sound. Dot. Because this don't have none, so it's dot. So that's the word for religion. Okay. So that was simple form. Okay. Simple. I'm gonna do one more, and we're going to get started. Okay. Let's do. Let me find another easy one. Now I bet y'all can do this one here. Let's do an olive. I'm gonna do a modern Hebrew with the ox, an olive and a lamed, and it's gonna have two. So remember the vowel. What vowel is that? It makes what? It's the two dots up here. The A. Remember? No. This This A. It's A. So this is the olive. So it'll be L. Something about. So that's just that. Let's get started on Psalm 119. We'll go back over some more, guys. So work on this here. Work on that so that we can move along a little better.
Yeah.
Okay, so each week that we'll come, you know what I'm saying? And even when we hang it out on the Shabbat, if y'all want to just go over some stuff, I don't mind. That's what I'm here for. So we're going to look at Psalms 119 again. And I show you that in Psalms 119, we have all the alphabets, okay? I showed you that last week, right? In Psalms 119, we got all 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. So King David is trying to teach us something. What I do? Okay, let me get to my spot. Psalm 119. Now, we dealt with here, I didn't bring out everything I wanted to bring out on Olive, so I don't want to go back over it because our teaching is from, we're going to go through Psalm 119, and our second letter is what? Say it again. Bet. So our second letter is bet. Now, on your paper, what do the letter bet mean?
10th floor plan.
Okay. 10th floor plan. Anything else? That's all they got?
That's all I said.
Okay. Let's see what else I can add on that for y'all. Okay, 10th floor plan. So this is the tent. So this is a picture of the ancient Hebrew house. Okay. So it's a house, it's a tent. Okay, so now keep that in mind. Also, that when the word bet, the word bet is a prefix. I'm just throwing some stuff out. It's a prefix, meaning that when it's prefixed to a word, it means in. Okay, so just in Genesis, when it's connected to Rashid and you connect the bet to it, it means in Rashid or in the beginning. So that's why we get the in our English Bible, that's why we translated Genesis chapter 1 or the word Bereshit. That's why we translate it as in the beginning, because of the word bet is connected to it. It's a prefix, which is a prefix. We don't have time. Now I'm gonna do one word. Let's do two. Let's do one word that's connected to the word bet. Okay, let's learn one word. Let's learn one word. I'm gonna do a bet and a resh. Okay, a bet and a resh. On your paper, can you find it? A bet and a resh. Let's do one word. A bet and a resh. Bet is the second Hebrew alphabet. I'm gonna do the bet. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it this way. I used to write it. Then I'm gonna do the resh. Don't laugh at my man. So
Arms raised.
No. A bet and a resh. Now, what I want y'all to do, so I can help y'all out. You got 22. You got 22. So the resh is the man head.
Head of a man.
Head of a man. That's my best drawing. I ain't no
Hey,
drawing.
it's good. It works.
So now I want to make sure y'all guys write all the way, because it should be 22 of these.
Yes, sir.
So that when I point at, if you struggle, then I can tell you what number to go through for the sake of time. Now, what I want to do, let's learn a word. Now, Only, I'm just gonna show you this here. Then when I do this here in modern Hebrew, it'll be like this here, and with a dot in it. Okay. So when it, watch this here. When it has a dot in it, it's pronounced bet. Okay. But when it doesn't, it's pronounced with the B sound.
Okay.
Bet. So you have to know that later on. I'm just giving you some stuff you'll learn later. So that's why you see it up there with the second letter has a
Dot, yeah.
which is called a dagash. We'll learn that later too. So it's pronounced bet, but when it doesn't have a dagash in it, it's pronounced bet. So you'll learn that later. So let's look at this word here. So we have a bet and a resh, and I'm gonna put the. I got too much stuff down. Move this out the way. I'm gonna put the. What sound is this here with the line? I got a bet and a resh. So, bar, right, bar. This is the English word for sun. Bar. B-A-R. That's good. B-A-R. So, because you said bar, if you know the alphabet, you'll know how to roll it off your tongue. So it's the bar. Okay, so that's one. So you do know a Hebrew word. It's called bar. B-A-R, which is sun. Say with me, bar.
Bar.
Think about that. So you learn one Hebrew word today. Can you imagine if let's say if you learn 2 Hebrew words a week, then you talking about a month, you got 2, 4, 6, 8 words.
Change the language.
Think about that. 8, then you take 8 times 52 weeks. I mean, you got a little vocabulary there. So now you know that the Hebrew word for sun is bar. Think about that. So Psalms 119, okay? Let's take a look at it. Let's read it from 9 through 16. Are y'all there? Psalms 119, 9 through 16. David asked the question, how can a young man clean his way? That's the question. We all want to get clean, don't we? How can a young man clean his way? David said, by taking heed according to your word. With my whole heart, I have sought you. Oh, let me not wander from your commandments. Your word I have hid in my heart, that I may not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Jehovah. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I have declared all the judgment of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimony as much as in all riches. I meditate on your precept and contemplate your ways. I will delight myself in your statutes. I will not forget your word. Now, I want to pull out certain words in here. We ain't gonna have time for all of them. Let's look at the word. Let's look at the word on number 1 minute. Let's look at number 11 that says, your word I have hid in my heart, right? Okay, now the Hebrew word for heart is lev, a lamed bet, okay, lamed bet. Now you're going to learn another Hebrew word. The Hebrew word for heart is lev, okay, L-E-V. L-E-V with a lamed and a bet, okay, which is the second letter. Now, what's interesting on that, because it's a lamed and a bet, a lamed and a bet. So the lamed is the shepherd's staff. You see it, and you should know the bet is the second one. So now, when we look at this here in a Paleo Hebrew, if we put this word in a Paleo Hebrew, we can see that the lamed is a shepherd's staff, right? Mm-hmm. And we can also see that that it can mean what a shepherd's staff does. It leads you, it guides you. And then we can see the word bet, which means in. So we can see that the heart is about something that leads you, that guides you. So if a shepherd is one that leading you and guiding you, then whoever got your heart leads you and guides you. So that's why Yeshua said, well, a man's treasure, that's where his heart will be. So I can't lead you and guide you nowhere if I ain't got your heart. Oh, think about that. Love Jehovah with all your heart. Why? Because he'll lead you then. But a double-minded man, because in Hebrew, heart and mind is synonymous. It's one and the same. Why? Listen, you don't think with your heart, really. You think with our mind. You say, man, I love that person without my heart. No, you don't. Heart don't have. You love it with your mind. Your mind's sending that stuff to your heart. So to get a person out of your heart, you really got to get them out of your mind. You don't never hear nobody say, man, that man lost his heart. No, he lost his mind because he couldn't get that woman off his mind. Am I right? Y'all know. You been there? I've been there.
That's right.
Yeah. So when you look at the shepherd's staff and the bent, the alignment is who's going to lead your heart. So if Yah has my heart, is he my shepherd? Ain't Yeshua the shepherd? So if he's leading me and my heart is with him, then he's going to lead me in the right path. That's why King David says that. David say, your word have I hid in my heart. Who word? Yah word. So if I hide his word in my heart, I know where he want me to go. I know what he want me to eat. I know what he want to buy because his word is in my heart. If my wife's word is in my heart, I don't struggle going where she want me to go. But when my heart is divided with her and somebody else, then I'm in trouble, huh? You see what I'm talking about? So when the scripture say love Yah with all your heart, your mind, your soul, it's just saying with your whole being. I just thought that was a powerful one there. So the second Hebrew word we learned today, what is the Hebrew word for a heart? Remember? Lev. Lev. L-E-V. Lev. I know that you're trying to figure out, man, I lost that. L-E-V. Lev, okay? So now, so far, we learned two Hebrew words, bar, which is son, and lev, which is heart. So let's see what else we can get from Psalms 119. Let me see, let's look at number 4. I want to look at another one. With verse 10. David said that with my whole heart, right? Now we know what heart is, right? Heart is everything is in you, but whole is like with all. It's a cuff, and here we go again. It's a cuff and alignment. So it's like the cuff is the one that looks like this here on your paper. It looks like this, this here. Do you see it? It's a cuff. So with all, it's very important. It's all. So they would say with our heart. So it's a cuff and alignment. So on your paper, if you sit down now, that's why I can't wait and see how you get familiar with it.
Number 15.
Okay, thank you, Brother Charles. Now, it got to be number 11. See it? A-A-P-F. H. Yeah, number 11. So we got an open hand. Now, cuff is the open hand, and then the alignments, shepherd's staff is to lead you and guide you. Now, just think about that. So it's like to take somebody by the hand and lead you and guide you. Think about that. It's hard to follow somebody all, to give somebody your all, because David says here, he says that your word have I hid, right now, to say, with my whole, with all of it, Charles, you hear me? With all, have you given Yah all? Because if you're not giving them all, you ain't going to go where he wants you to go. It's an open hand. He say, open hand, what do you mean? Open hand, a shepherd's staff. So basically he's saying, with an open hand, follow me. With an open hand, he's saying, all. He said, I have given you all. I ain't hiding nothing. So he can lead us and guide us. See, once you start breaking these words down in a little bit, it started to make sense, because you have to understand what this mean to them. What does it mean to give all? What did David mean? Because now remember, the key thing is David saying he's using the bet. The letter bet means in the house. So if I'm in your house, they would say, you got to let Yah be inside of you. You got to be inside of him. You got to be inside of him. You in the house. This, David could say that this is the beginning. So now you start off with the being stretched. Remember, I shirt being stretched. Okay, you did that. Now you're going to begin. But if the word is a prefix meaning in, this got to be in you. This got to be in you. This got to be in you. It's very important. Got to be in you. Let's look at another one. I want to go. Let's look at verse 9. How can a young man clean his way? Then David say, by taking heed. Okay. Now the word take heed right there is the word shamor. Shamor. Okay. It means to guard. For the book. It means to guard. Very important. So now when we talk about when we talk about guarding, we have to keep in mind that when we translate it as keep or to heed, but the word literally means to guard. You got something, you only guard something that's valuable. Am I right? So David is saying here, he said he said, how can a young man clean his way? He say, by taking guard according to your word. Guarding what you're learning. What you mean? When y'all leave here, y'all gotta guard what you learn, because the enemy wants to take from what you just learned. And so that's why Yeshua, when he was teaching about the kingdom, he say when someone don't understand the message of the kingdom, the wicked one come take it what they don't understand. So that's why you got to get understanding. When you learn the word of Yah, you got to guard it with your all. You got to guard it. So when the commandments say, when the fourth commandment say, thou shalt keep the Shabbat, right?
Right.
Well, the words guard the Shabbat. See, they trying to keep, but it means guard it. So that means if you guarded something, that means somebody trying to take away from you. So if the Shabbat was easy to take it away from you because from him or her, that means it wasn't that value to you. Think about that. So the first time this word is used in Genesis when Adam was told to guard the tree. But he didn't. He didn't. So very important. Y'all have to guard what you're learning. You have to guard what you're learning. Let me see what else I want to touch on that one. I want to jump down. Let me do another here. Let's look at number 12. Say, blessed are you, O Jehovah, teach me your statutes. Okay. Now the word blessed here is Baruch. Everybody say Baruch.
Baruch.
Baruch. Now blessed means many things to different people, but they don't know what they're talking about though, because the word it does not mean what we think it means. Matter of fact, the word literally means, I'm going to spell it for you, Barak. It means B-A-R-A-C-H. Now, this is how I want you to do this here. Now, I'm going to show you how this thing is written. Watch this here. I'm going to do it in the Paleo Hebrew. I'm going to do a bed rest. Interesting. Bed rest kuf. So it'll be the y'all fine. I'll let y'all do it. And kuf should be number 11.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna do now. Watch this because y'all just had this word, right? So we're gonna do a bet. We'll do the house, bet, the rest. Remember the man, the rest. Then a call. Now, what's interesting is this, because you saw this word already. You called it, remember earlier, said a bed rest. You said bar. You said bar, right? Now notice here, this word for blessed. So notice that in the word blessed is bar. Then we have the cook. See,
one thing I keep getting messed up on is left to right. Right now.
Oh, yeah.
Left.
I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me. Hebrew,
I'm writing backwards.
Hebrew is right. That's
Right,
why you keep
to
seeing me
left.
going from that way.
Yeah, I'm going from
Yeah.
left to right. I'm writing from left
Yeah.
to right.
Thank you, Charles, for
And
reminding me.
I gotta break that habit.
Yeah, it's that's why you see me. I ain't writing backwards.
No,
It's
you're
just
not.
the way
You're
I'm
writing the right way.
Yeah. I forgot. I don't know if I had mentioned that Monday or anything. Did I
Yes,
mention
you
that?
did.
Okay.
You did. And I'm writing from right to left, and then I see I'm running out of paper, and I'm like, why?
Now, this is interesting because when you look at the word blessed, when you look at the word blessed or Baruch, you notice that we have the word bar in it, right, which is sun, and then we have the kuf, which is the open hand. Okay, so notice that we have a sun, which is the Hebrew word bar, but there's two Hebrew words for sun, Charles, in Hebrew. One is bar, B-A-R, and one is ben, B-E-N. I spell it again. So ben will be the bet and the noon. The bet and the noon. I'm gonna bring something out when you get time. And once you, yes. Once, yeah. So when we use the word bar, it's a mature son. Bar mitzvah. You should know that because you heard it. And when you're bar mitzvah, that's a mature son that he's about to have a move from a childhood to adulthood. Right. So now this is the word. So now notice who able to bless a mature son, and it has an open hand. Open hand is when the father put their hand on the blessing. So when you are mature, you're able to bless. But when you are being, you selfish. Being is for a son, but not the mature son. So a mature son able to bless, but just a regular son being is all about him. It's mine. Oh, y'all see him, and some of them never grow out of it. Yeah, it's all about them. But when you a mature son, you're able to bless someone. You matter of fact, you love to bless. Because why? You mature and you have grown up. I've left from these my toys. So now you don't mind sharing.
Right.
Ain't that something else?
Yeah.
Just by these words. And listen, I'm teaching myself as I'm learning as I'm talking. Y'all like, oh, yeah, okay. So
These words
I can know,
These words have meaning.
Yeah.
Not like ours.
They have meaning. Now, as I'm looking at this here, at the same time, I'm like, okay, I can see when it comes time to bless someone, I can either be a bar or a being. A being is all about me. Or I'm mature enough, I learned how to share. Charles, can I have some of your chicken?
Of course. Everybody can add some.
Now, you tell somebody in Hebrew, I don't mess with him. He's a being. I only hang around the bars. And then the bar mitzvah, they done grow up, they know how to bless. Ain't that something? Oh, I'm gonna show you this one here. Watch this here. I'm gonna show you this here. Number one, he said how. Now watch this here. Just one word. Watch this here. It say how, right? You see it. How can a young man, right? Psalms 119, verse what's that? 6. Verse 6. What's the very first word? No, in Psalms 119. Psalms 119, verse 6 says what? Very first word. In your Bible. No, in your Bible. Psalms 119, verse 6.
8.
In your Bible. In your Bible. What do verse 6 say? What is y'all doing? I say Psalms 106.
119. Verse 6.
Then. Okay. You're gonna then. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Never mind. No, man, I'm like, you know my bang. Now, watch this here, okay? Watch this here. Okay, let me find it first. Make sure I get it right. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna do, I do it in modern Hebrew. I'm gonna do a het, which should be the number 6. It's H-A-T, sometimes they spell like that. So I'm gonna do a het, and I'm gonna do a kaf, modern Hebrew, and I could do it in Paleo Hebrew to help y'all out. So in ancient Hebrew, it's like this here, like a fence, and then I got the kaf with the hand. Okay. Then I got the mem. Oh, you get it?
Check.
Got it? Okay. Then last one would be the hey. So we got cuff, we got head, cut, cuff, mem, hey. Hey. So I did it in both of them, the modern Hebrew and picture. I'm gonna bring something out. Just take the time. So now, why? Because now in yours, they translate number 6 as the, or they translate it as, in mine's King James, how. So now, for those who have a Strong's at home, you can look it up. It's the Strong number 4100, right? Now, what's interesting in this here is very powerful. This is the English word for wisdom, okay? The English word for wisdom. Oh, let's put it right there. Wisdom, whatever. This English word for wisdom. But what's interesting in this word, I'm going to show you something here. When I take this word here, just trying to stir you up. I take the word wisdom, and at the root of the word wisdom is this word here, a mem and a hey. Okay, a mem and a hey at the root of this word. Now this word for wisdom, okay, which is called kokma. Okay, let's y'all spell it for you, right? Yeah, I want to find it. I want to find it right here. Hold up for a second. Did y'all get it, y'all? Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, I'll come back here later. Right. But this is what I want you to see. And wisdom, right? Kokma, wisdom. Now, at the root of the word wisdom is the Hebrew word M-A-H, ma. Okay, so you know it'll make the I sound, right? Ma. Okay, so we got the word ma. Now, ma is what they translated in Charles' Bible as the, right? The.
Then.
Huh? Then, okay, then. And mine is translated as how. In other places, they might translate it as now what. Why is that important? Because it's connected to the word wisdom. Wisdom is knowing how, what, is knowing how to ask the right question. There are people that ask questions, but it ain't the right question. They just be talking. So the root word of wisdom is ma, learning how to ask the right question. And how you learn to ask the right question, you're not trying to overtalk the teacher. You're listening first, and you have pondered on what you want to ask. Because I get some question, I'm like, if you just wait till I finish, you'll know what I'm going to say. But you're too busy trying to input stuff that don't trying to. I mean, I ain't going now. I'm still teaching. But I mean, you have to be wise that's going to take me sidetrack. Won't you let us? Wisdom say he's teaching. Let him stay on this subject. Because I could talk, I could teach on a lot of stuff, but we don't touch on this here. So a wise student would sit there and listen to the teacher whole lesson. Then at the end, he or she would know what to ask. How many times I was teaching, if I had everybody here, how many times I was teaching and you had a question, and by the time I finished teaching, I answered that question without you even asking. Because why? You learn how to sit there and wait. Very important. So, Psalms 119, let me get back there. Time to flying through this here.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, y'all learning something, guys? It is
oh
good.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But you see how that all we doing is just doing word study. Listen, if the Most High wanted to sing to us, he would have sung to us. The Most High, he could have chosen anything in the world to communicate with us. He could, but he chose words.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think that the Most High chose words to speak to us, don't you want to know what these words mean? Shouldn't you want to know what these words mean based on what other people say? And that's what you're saying. He didn't give us these words in English or Spanish. None of that. He gave it to us in Hebrew. So you have to know the difference. I'm going to see, because I'm assuming that y'all want to know. What's the difference between translation and transliteration? And then if you don't know it, buddy, pull it up on your phone. This Google. That's how we do it. Now listen to the question. Just think about it.
I was saying translation is just like turning a English word into a Spanish word, and then transliteration is doing it with words, like writing it down.
Awesome. I'm
Yes.
gonna let you. She don't want to talk on that. I'm gonna let you explain that again because that was good. That was good. That was very good.
Yes. Turn this down. Yes, that was good. Good. Yes, it was. All right. Well, I'm gonna let her repeat that, guys, because she was on that.
Okay. So now the question again: what is the difference between the question I asked? What was the difference between translation and transliteration? They can't see you.
Okay, I would say that translation would be like changing the word, like for example, from English to Spanish.
Uh-huh.
You're translating the word, translation, and transliteration would be doing that with like a book.
Okay. Okay. What we got on that chart?
What she said?
Okay. Read it for us. Yeah. Okay. Now listen to the question, guys. What is the difference between translation and transliteration? What they got for us? All right. Did you lose it?
No. It's several different meanings. It doesn't go into detail. Transliteration.
Okay. So now, for the sake of time, when we talk about, because that was good what you did. So now, when we talk about translation, I'm just translating something, but I'm not worrying about really the meaning. But transliteration is like, it's like they use the word like, I remember that in the book of Matthew, the angel said that Mary should have a son and they shall call his name Jesus. Then they gave the meaning, and for he shall save his people from their sin. Well, Jesus don't mean that. Now, if they wanted to transliterate it, they should have said, and his name should be called Yeshua. Because why? Yeshua means, and he shall save his people from their sin. But not Jesus. You see what I'm talking about? And so, but they just translated it. But transliterated would have been what the word means in Hebrew. You translate it in English.
In over all three languages. That's what it says. Transliterate over all languages.
We will translate accurate.
Yeah. So translate, look it up again while I'm talking. So now basically what I'm saying, now watch this here. What you have in your hand, if you have a King James Bible, that's a translation. Okay?
What is the definition of translation?
Okay. So now as you find that, I want y'all to see it. Okay?
The process of translating words or text from one language into another.
So now here's the danger. Okay, now this is the job. Thank you. Now so now go ahead. What you got?
Okay, transliteration is the process of transferring a word from the alphabet of one language to another.
That's what we're doing.
It helps people pronounce words and names in foreign languages. It changes the letters from the word's original alphabet to similar sounding letters in a different one.
I mean, so when you, this is This is a translation, okay? This is a translation. So now, when you're translating from another language, got a few minutes left. When you translate it from let's say that if I was a school in language, okay? So I want to translate this book, and so I'm an English, right? And so I'm an English, but I know this Hebrew, so I got to know that certain things I had to know more than language.
Yeah.
So I can know the Hebrew language, but I gotta know the Hebrew culture.
Right.
I gotta know the idioms. See what I'm talking about? So when I'm translating, case in point, that how you can't translate it. If your eye being evil, how great is the darkness in you? That you can't translate that. Just as English, you can't translate. Man, I was so hungry, I could eat a cow. You can't translate that because that's an idiom.
Right.
So when Yeshua says that if the darkness be in you, now he said if your eye being evil, if your eye. Okay. I gotta write a thing down. Somebody that can think on. When I sorry about that. I'm done. When he translates the word like I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So he said that if your eye be evil, then how great is the darkness in you? He speaks about the evil eye. You know what I'm saying? He speaks about the evil eye. So here he's talking about the evil eye. Well, you can't translate that. Now, if we ask everybody here, what does it mean when Yeshua say this person has an evil eye? Just think about it for a minute. It's an idiom. You can't translate that because it's only known in that culture. Idioms are only known in the culture that they grew up in. Right. So the evil eye in Hebrew means a person who's stingy. Bottom line, stingy. Yeah, stingy. So if a person has a good eye, he's what? Generous. Right. So the point I'm making that when the translators take this book, he has to know things like that. Case in point, another one. He can't translate it like this here, but it says and so got up from the table and his nose was red. Think about it. Now I'm gonna translate it for you in English. And so got up from the table and he was angry. In Hebrew, when a person remember in Hebrew that if I said his nose was swelled, so his nose swelled. So in Hebrew, when a person nose swell, it means they're angry. But the King James can't translate it like that because you don't know what that means. So they just translate what it means to be angry. And I guarantee if you look at the word angry right now, it'll be translated as nose. Yeah. So learning things like that. So as a teacher like me and anybody else, when you post this text here, if you cannot post this with a American mindset, you cannot. I'm thinking Hebrew, and a lot of times I'm thinking Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. I'm thinking idiom, and so I'm trying to. I mean, that's why it takes me so long to get to where I'm trying to get, because I'm trying to get you there. I see it, but I can go here, but you like that was good, but that was like over my head. So I'm working so hard to get like the message this Saturday, this Shabbat on the history, right? You heard all that? I mean, it was. You got to do that. So because the job of me, let's say that I'm like Indiana Jones. So, but I'm interested in the ancient world. So I got to travel back. So all we're doing every Shabbat, we're traveling back in time. And everything is strange to us. Everything is new. So when people come in here, that's why they like, man, this too far back. This is like traveling back in time. And you have to be familiar. You're in a culture. You're in a world that you're not familiar with. And so I'm like your guide. This book is supposed to be unfamiliar with you. Why? Because it's a culture that's over 3,500 years old, plus some. So you're supposed to pick up this scroll. If you drop us in China right now, we just lost at the beat.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be lost in China. It's a whole different world.
That's our culture.
Right. So if you teach this book, if you go to church and you ain't lost in this book, because he teaches this book as a Christian, you're supposed to be lost in the book. And my job as the guide is to guide you through this here, introduce you to Abraham world and culture, so on and so on. It's supposed to be strange to you. But so this is what they do in closing. That they know it is. So I'm gonna keep you in the New Testament with the letters of Paul, because I feel comfortable. Because why? It's talking our language.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, love your neighbor. Be generous. Don't lie. I mean, so that's just. But when you get into the world of Abraham and the prophet, it's a whole new world. Father, we bless you. We thank you once again. I know some things were said tonight, Father, that even spoke to me. And so I thank you, Father, especially the word blessed, Father, that we recognize a true son, Father, a person that's mature. He don't mind opening his hand and blessing others, Father. May we leave here tonight with that attitude, Father, to be a mature son, one who's ready to bless what you put in our hands. We're ready to bless. Father, if I teach that I'm ready to bless, if I'm an artist, I'm ready to bless. If I'm a singer, I'm ready to bless. Whatever it may be, Father, whatever you put in our hands as mature sons and daughters, hallelujah, we're ready to bless the body of Messiah with it. So we bless you and thank you. Amen and amen. That was good, honey. That word, that was
We
good.
need like a 12-hour class.
Oh yeah, we
Catch up.
yeah,
An hour and longer.
I know, huh?
And I meant to study this.
So okay, Thursday, if y'all say the same, I see you back there. Y'all work with each other, no? Remember the song, go tell.
I gotta go
When I get off the air,
down.
I'm gonna get off the air, then I'm gonna show you, because there's a few out there, but I'm showing you the best one. So all I do, if I tell you, because I've been doing it for a while, if I tell you go to a site and check out this guy, because he's real, I learned from him, I learned from his person. I can't be where I'm at just by myself. So I got a lot of teachers that I learned from. I'd be lying, think that all of a sudden I'm supernatural and blah blah. No, we learn from other people.
Let's think that second.
What they do. Hold on a second. Hey guys, I thank y'all for tuning in. Remember, if you want to follow along, a good site to go to and study the Hebrew alphabet. Do Hebrew, the number 4 for Christians, because it's very basic and not in debt, but you can go through the whole alphabet. It's going to take some effort. And then for ancient Hebrew, guys, ancient Hebrew is Jeff Benner. It's called the ancient Hebrew, and you should put up a gentleman by the name Jeff Benner. So I'm just trying to get y'all, I ain't trying to hide nothing. So until, if y'all say the same, we'll see you back here Thursday. And if you say the same again, I'll see you back here on Shabbat. Shalom.
Jeff Benner.
I'll make sure y'all get all the information before y'all leave.
Jeff Benner, Hebrew word study, Psalms